when Ohio State was ranked number 1 in the second college football playoff rankings, I asked you, Buckeye fans, do you care about that? Most of you said no. I only care about the next game in front of us. Well, here it is. UCLA and Ohio State, nighttime game, nighttime kickoff. I know you Buckeye fans love it. I love it. Our watch party is going to be after dark. Going to be a really, really good time here on the Ohio State Football Report. I'm excited for this one for so many different reasons. Breaking down this Week 12 matchup, Buckeyes, of course, undefeated in the Big Ten and on the season. UCLA going through a turbulent year. They fired a coach. They had a nice run. They're brought back down to earth. And now they head to Columbus. I don't know that that'll right the ship for them, but it plays for an interesting matchup. The Buckeyes and the Bruins, historical matchup, historical teams, should be a fun game on Saturday night. You know what we got to do, right? You know. Like the video. You don't want to jinx it. It has worked every single time this year. I'm asking you to help out. The more you like, the more luck you bring the Buckeyes when they take on the Bruins Saturday night. For Ohio State, looking to Saturday, a lot of talk about injuries last week. I hope the discussion dies down here. Unfortunately, you've heard me say it many times on this show. Just not very detailed in college football about injuries. Our Tom Downey was talking with me earlier. He said, oh, what's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with that guy? I don't know. They haven't identified injuries on these guys. Just light stuff, but you see this list right now for the Buckeyes, all meaningful players. Thing is, all probable. As far as we know, Ryan Day said Tywone Malone was held out last week. Could have went, but was held out. Carnell Tate, we know, basically could have went, but was tight, so they held him out. Phillip Daniels was dressed, ready to play, but they held him out. So, again, guys like that you all think are pretty ready to go. Josh Padilla, only comment we have from Ryan Day on him after missing last week's game against Purdue is he's practiced and expected to practice all week long to get ready for this game. So, again, with Josh Padilla, you expect probable. Probable for all these guys. I would take it as good injury news, but injury news we need to watch for the Buckeyes. Speaking of watch, let's get into that what to watch for in this one. Hello, Nico. Nico, I'm going to say this correctly one time, and then I'm just going to go Nico for the rest of the video, okay? It is Nico Iamaleava. Yes, you may remember him as being Tennessee's quarterback in the first college football playoff game last year in Columbus. And what did the Buckeyes do to him? Literally cracked his helmet. Look at that. Yeah, that was the beating the Buckeyes gave Nico when the Volunteers came out. You remember they warmed up without the shirts, and they were trying to look tough. And next thing you know, your starting quarterback's running for his life and having to switch out helmets because the Buckeyes literally broke him in that game. Yeah, well, he's the guy for UCLA. He's the superstar. He's the poster boy right now for NIL mistakes, actually, as he wanted more money from the Volunteers. They wouldn't get it, give it to him. Next thing you know, here he is at UCLA playing for a struggling team. Still a solid year. He's absolutely, no doubt about it, a dual threat quarterback. Nico will run. Nico is going to run. The Buckeyes have to contain that. We'll get into that later on, talking more about key to victory, what to watch for, all that. And with everything that happened against Tennessee, Ryan Day still has a lot of respect for Nico, right? He's talking about Nico a little bit, saying he's a tough player. He's played tough in the playoff game when he was here, and I'm watching him play the last few weeks, and man, he's physical. He's a competitor. He's got a strong arm. You watch him on the field, he's a warrior. So Nico's the guy to watch. We'll talk a little bit about Nico more in a second, but I want to know, you saw Nico last year. You know who Nico is now. What is your concern level with Nico? I'm going to give it another go. Iamaleava, what is your concern level with Nico? Scale it 1 to 10 down below. Now, as I said, UCLA did fire their head coach, the guy in charge, running things for them. And you wouldn't think it'd be hard, right? I'd give you a name, and as I said, UCLA had a nice little run. They did some good things. They beat Penn State. They led to James Franklin's firing. So you think you know who the coach is, right? But you probably think it's the blonde man in this photo, Jerry Neuheisel. No, he is the offensive coordinator. You've just seen Jerry because after calling the offense, he was carried on his team's shoulder off the field. He's been the one in the press conferences. His dad works for CBS Sports. He's a former Bruin. Both his dad and the current offensive coordinator, they're both Jerry Neuheisel. So both those guys, you would think that's the offensive coordinator, right? No, it's the man next to him, Tim Skipper. He's the actual head coach. It's been a bit of a media firestorm. Skipper's been the one that has taken over the ship. No pun intended on that bad boy right there. Tim Skipper is the head coach of UCLA. Deshaun Foster was fired. I don't think there was a more predictable firing than Deshaun Foster. Not even Nico could save his job there. And again, you see that nice little streak of 3 wins for the Bruins. Boy, did that amp up the faithful. California was hot when the Bruins were winning. It was all about new stadiums and what can the program do going forward. Jerry. 2 losses later, you're kind of brought back down to earth, including a beatdown from Indiana. That's what leads UCLA to Columbus on Saturday night. You didn't believe me when I said things were turbulent. That's your explanation. Mistaken for head coach, NIL money to Nico, and yet not many wins on the table for UCLA this year. 3-6 on the season, obviously getting those 3 in a row and trying to recover and going forward. So all that information leads you in that what to watch for category for the Bruins. More good information I'm going to give you guys right now is the best way to bundle up, right? It is cold in Ohio. You want to bundle up, but you want to look good, and a bonus to support the Buckeyes. That sleek black hoodie for a deal. How could you miss it? Was $60, now $36. Chatsports.com/OSU deal. Take advantage of it. Bundle up. Look good. Support the Buckeyes. Easy to do. Chatsports.com/OSU deal. Go get that thing right now. Got to finish out that what to watch for. Got that third one for you. It's all about compare and contrast, especially with the college football playoff rankings. I think a lot of the chatter is who beat who, when, and how, right? That's kind of like a big narrative. And when the Buckeyes take on UCLA, when they finish things, I mean, a loss is one thing, but no matter how they play UCLA, when the Buckeyes finish things out with the Bruins, and I'll give you my score prediction later, I'll need yours here in a couple minutes, they're going to be compared to Indiana, right? Because the Hoosiers trounced the Bruins. They put a stop to that 3-game run. They crushed them. They embarrassed them. They made everyone realize that UCLA is still the UCLA that fired their coach a few weeks ago. Indiana demolished the Bruins, okay? They put a stop to all that momentum, all that fun, all that, getting carried off the field, Rudy fun for UCLA. It was done because of what Indiana did to them, 56-6. The vibes died, and you saw that they couldn't get it done against Nebraska a week later. And the thing is, that's a big win for Indiana, and now the Buckeyes get their shot with the Bruins. However, here's the thing. How Ohio State plays doesn't allow for comparison. The Buckeyes' tempo is limited play, control the game, score when we're ready, score how we want, give the ball up because we'll get it right back. Even if it's short yardage on those 4th downs, Buckeyes are willing to punt because they know how good their defense is. The biggest thing for me is compare and contrast. Too tough in college football. It's too tough, right? And I think once the Buckeyes are done with UCLA, no matter what, I think it's going to be compared to that Indiana win against the Bruins. But as I said, can't really compare with how Ohio State plays offense. So let's keep our cool when this game ends, no matter what the score is. Speaking of the score, give it to me. Got to have it from you right now. It's our pinned comment, so let me know down below what you think the score will be. Predict it, Ohio State and UCLA. Key to victory. How will Ohio State win this game? Leave it to Nico. You may say to yourself, Billy, you just spent however long telling me how good Nico Iamaleava is. Yes. And look at that. I tried for the name one more time. Here's the thing. Nico is a star. He plays like a star. He has those results. The thing is, he doesn't have the wins to back it up. This season for UCLA, you look at that first set, when Nico throws for over 200 yards, when he gets the keys to the passing offense, when he's throwing the rock, and he hasn't thrown for over 200 yards much, you may note, they don't win. They're 1-3 when he throws for over 200 yards. Well, Billy, you said he's a runner. He can run the rock. Well, yeah, they're actually 1-4 when he's their leading rusher, and he has been multiple times for the Bruins this season. When Nico's their leading rusher, they don't win. When Nico's throwing the ball a lot, they don't win. That's because he's playing superstar mode, right? times you fear letting a guy go off, I think in this situation is a Johnny Manziel is going crazy. A Lamar Jackson is going crazy. A Vince Young is going crazy. I know I'm missing some big-time names. I'm not worried about Nico. If he goes off in this game, probably means Ohio State contained the rest of the Bruins and got the job done. Run the rock. Give it to Bo. Let go, Bo. Let Bo go. You know Bo. All that. Let's see the Buckeyes run the ball in this one. I think Ryan Day made a real shot and effort to push the run game last week against Purdue. UCLA is bad at stopping the run. The Buckeyes should have a similar opportunity this week. You look, they're giving up points per game. They're giving up yards per game. They're giving up yards per carry. I want to see the Buckeyes run the rock on Saturday night. Bo specifically. We'll get to Bo in just a second. I'll tell you exactly when C.J. Donaldson's going to get the ball because you can tell me exactly when C.J. Donaldson's going to get the ball. That's in the red zone. James Peoples, Ryan Day likes him. Keeps him on the field no matter what. And then Isaiah West, I believe Jackson West is like the ultimate running back duo for the Buckeyes. All these guys I think will see the field. All of them have the opportunity to get massive yards, massive carries, and multiple touchdowns. My real concern, I don't even want to say concern. I want to say my interest. Let's get Bo in the end zone, man. I was talking with our producer, Aiden Parise, the other day, and I said, Aiden, if you had to guess, how many touchdowns do you think Bo Jackson has this year? I was, 6, 7, maybe 8. 2! Bo has 2 rushing touchdowns this year. Yes, despite Bo Jackson mania, all the carries, all the yards, he just doesn't have many touchdowns to go with it. I want to see a Bo Jackson touchdown Saturday night in the shoe against UCLA. If you're with me, drop a Bo Jackson comment down low, spam BJ, whatever, show Bo some support. But it leads me to believe. My question for you is, and I haven't guessed Bo yet this season, but I'm interested to see what your guess would be. Who scores that first touchdown for Ohio State against UCLA on Saturday? I've gone C.J. Donaldson or Carnell Tate many times. Let me know what you guys think down below. You gave your score prediction. Time for me to give mine. I kind of look at UCLA similar to Purdue. That's my theory. And you left some meat on the bone last week against Purdue. The question is, can you take advantage of it this week? Can you get it done this week? Don't throw that interception. Don't get that touchdown called back. Dominate on defense, and you should be a little better than you were against Purdue, which leads me to a 41-7 Ohio State victory. Keep things rolling. Undefeated on the season, undefeated in the Big Ten. Buckeye fans, you crave and complain about these night games. Well, you got one. See you Saturday. Join us for our watch party right here on the Ohio State Football Report. We will be live an hour before the game, hanging out during the game, giveaways, stats, highlights, talking ball, and more. Be sure to subscribe.